Hi, third graders. Welcome to opinion writing, writing our paper day. Yesterday we talked about having an outline for our paper with our main idea and 3 reasons with some details. Well, today I'm going to show you how I put my outline into an opinion piece. But first I want to read a mentor text to you. And today's book is The Great Kapok Tree by Lynn Cherry. I think maybe many of you have heard this book before. It's a good one. Two men walked in the rainforest. Moments before, the forest had been alive with the sounds of squawking birds and howling monkeys. Now all was quiet as the creatures watched the 2 men and wondered why they had come. The larger man stopped and pointed to a great kapok tree. Then he left. The smaller man took the axe he carried and struck the trunk of the tree. Whack, whack, whack! The sounds of the blows rang through the forest. The wood of the tree was very hard. Chop, chop, chop! The man wiped off the sweat and that ran down his face and neck. Whack, chop, whack, chop! Soon the man grew tired. He sat down to rest at the foot of the great kapok tree. Before he knew it, the heat and hum of the forest had lulled him to sleep. A boa constrictor lived in the kapok tree. He slithered down its trunk to where the man was sleeping. He looked at the gash the axe had made in the tree. Then the huge snake slid very close to the man and hissed in his ear, "Senor, this tree is a tree of miracles. It is my home where generations of my ancestors have lived. Do not chop it down." A bee buzzed in the sleeping man's ear. "Senor, my hive is in the kapok tree, and I fly from tree to tree and flower to flower, collecting pollen. In this way, I pollinate the trees and flowers throughout the rainforest. You see, all living things depend on one another." A troop of monkeys scampered down from the canopy of trees. They shouted to the sleeping man, "Senor, we have seen the ways of man. You chop down one tree, then you come back for another and another. The roots of these great trees will wither and die, and there will be nothing left to hold the earth in place. When the heavy rains come, the soil will be washed away, and the forest will become a desert." A toucan, a macaw, and a cock of the rock flew down from the canopy. "Senor," squawked the toucan, "you must not cut down the tree. We have flown over the rainforest and see what happens once we begin to chop down the trees. Many people settle on the land. They set fires to clear the underbrush, and soon the forest disappears. Where once there was life and beauty, only black and smoldering ruins remain." A bright and small tree frog crawled out from the edge of the leaf. In a squeaky voice, he piped in the man's ear, "Senor, a ruined rainforest means ruined lives. Many ruined lives. You will leave many of us homeless if you chop down the great kapok tree." A jaguar had been sleeping along the branch in the middle of the tree. Because his spotted coat blended into the dappled light and shadows of the understory, no one noticed him. Now he leapt down and padded silently over to the sleeping man. He growled in his ear, "Senor, the kapok tree is a home to many birds and animals. If you cut it down, where will I find my dinner?" We're getting the opinion of many animals that live in the rainforest. 4 tree porcupines swung down from branch to branch and whispered to the man, "Senor, do you know what animals and humans need to live? Oxygen. And senor, do you know what trees produce? Oxygen. If you cut down the forest, you will destroy which gives us all life." It's a very wise porcupine. Several anteaters climbed down from the kapok tree with their young clinging to their backs. The unstriped anteater said to the sleeping man, "Senor, you are chopping down this tree with no thought to the future, and surely you know that what happens tomorrow depends on what you do today. The big man tells you to chop down the beautiful tree. He does not think of his own children, who tomorrow must live in a world without trees." A three-toed sloth had begun climbing down from the canopy where the men appeared. Only now did she reach the ground. Plodding ever so slowly over to the sleeping man, she spoke in her deep and lazy voice, "Senor, how much is beauty worth? Can you live without it? If you destroy the beauty of the rainforest, on what would you feast your eyes?" A child from the Yanomamo tribe who lived in the rainforest knelt over the sleeping man. He murmured in his ear, "Senor, when you awake, please look upon us all with new eyes." The man awoke with a start. Before him stood the rainforest child, and all around him were creatures who depended on the great kapok tree. What wondrous and rare animals they were. The man looked about and saw the sun streaming through the canopy. Spots of bright light glowed like jewels amidst the dark forest. Strange and beautiful plants seemed to dangle in the air, suspended from the great kapok tree. The man smelled the fragrant perfume of their flowers, and he felt the steamy mist rising from the forest floor. But he heard no sound, for the creatures were strangely silent. The man stood and picked up his axe. He swung back his arm as though to strike the tree. Suddenly he stopped. He turned and looked at the animals and the child. He hesitated, then he dropped the axe and walked out of the rainforest. So all of the animals and the boy who lived in the forest had strong opinions as to why the man should not chop down the great kapok tree. So this is a wonderful example of opinion writing by Lynn Cherry. Yesterday, if you remember, I chose my opinion topic, to be why I think dogs are great pets. Go figure, since I have a dog. Let's review some of the reasons I had in my paper here. So I said dogs would make great pets, and I came up with my 3 reasons why. The first one is they're loyal, but then I had to give some details, some examples of that. Some examples of a dog being loyal was their tail. They like to wag their tail a lot because they're very happy to see you, and they're loyal to you. They're like a best friend. They're like a shadow. They follow you everywhere. And another example of being loyal is sometimes when dogs get left far away from home, they'll find their way back because they're so loyal to you. They will find their way home. My second reason was that dogs are fun and playful. That's why I like dogs so much. They like to play games. That's an example of being fun. They like to take walks with you, and they like to go hiking with you. Another example of them being so much fun. And the third reason why dogs make great pets, I chose they're very helpful, but I had to give examples of that. So I decided to write hunting, they protect humans, and they provide services. So let me show you the paper I wrote after looking at my outline here. So here's my title. Dogs make great pets. And here's my introduction, or my hook to hook the reader in. Have you ever thought about getting a dog as a pet? In my opinion, even though not everyone loves dogs, they still make great pets. There's my introduction, my hook. I gave my opinion that dogs are great pets, and now I'm going to give my reasons why. One reason why dogs make great pets is that they are loyal. There's my clear reason number one. They're loyal. Now I'm going to give examples. A dog is a faithful companion. They wag their tail when you come home because they're glad to see you. Some dogs even have traveled hundreds of miles to get reunited with their humans. So I just put all of my ideas in more of an opinion piece. That here is my reason one, they're loyal, and here's my examples. Here's my next paragraph. Another reason dogs make great pets is that they are fun and playful. Here's my clear reason, but now I need to show some examples of fun and playful. Depending on their size, and strength, dogs can do many activities with humans. Running, hiking, playing tug-of-war. These are some examples of dog and human activities. Finally, I believe strongly that dogs make great pets because they can be helpful to humans. Remember, that was my third reason. They're helpful. Dogs can be trained to guard, hunt, and to protect. They can also serve as guides to people with challenges. So the red here are my details to my reasons right here, why dogs are so helpful. So I'm ready for my conclusion. In conclusion, it is my opinion that dogs make great pets. If you are considering a pet, a dog is an excellent choice. So, boys and girls, that is my opinion piece. And remember, I had my introduction, my 3 reasons with examples of each, and then my conclusion. So I want you to try that. You can watch this video a couple times if that helps you, and reach out to your teacher if you have questions. But we're excited to read your opinion pieces. Thank you.